Hello, dear student. Today I am with a grammar topic, that is basic concept of verbs. The word which shows action is known as verb, or a action word is called verb. Now you see kinds of verb. There are two kinds of verb: auxiliary verbs and principal verb. Principal verb is also called main verb. Now see, auxiliary verbs are divided into two groups. First group is helping verbs, second group is modals. Helping verbs are here: is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, etc. Now see modals. Modals are shall, will, can, may, should, would, could, might, must, used to, ought to, have to, need and dare. Need and dare are also called semi-modals. Why? Because need and dare are also used as finite verb. See here, definition of modal. Auxiliary verbs which express the mode or manner of action denoted in the principal verbs are termed as modals. Now, see features of modals. First, modals are never used alone. A main verb is definitely present or understood after a modal. For example, he can swim across the river. Can is here modal and swim is the main verb, or you can say principal verb. Next example, you see example, he can swim across the river. Can is here modal and swim is the main verb, or you can say principal verb. Can you do this work? Can is here modal. So one thing keep in mind, if modal comes in the beginning of a sentence, it makes the sentence interrogative, means question. Yes, I can is the answer here. Can is here modal. The second feature of modal is modals are not governed by the number and person of the subject. It means modals are free to be used with every subject. Yes, every subject. Modals are free to be used with every subject, either the subject is of first person, second person or third person, either in singular number or plural number, in every subject. For example, I can do this work, I is the pronoun of first person. He can do this work, he is the pronoun of third person, singular number. She can do this work, she is pronoun of third person, singular number. They can do this work, they pronoun of third person, plural number. Can is the modal same. You see, it is very easy to understand. Next, the third feature of modal is modals don't have infinitives or participles, means there is no any infinitive. Infinitive means 2 plus V1 is called infinitive, or participles means third form of the verb, or means, now I will explain later on participles. So V1 is used there. The first participle form means verb 3, verb 4, etc. Except used to, have to, ought to, these are exceptions. After these modals, to is used. Now, the fourth feature of modals take main verbs, means V1, Only in every tense, either in present tense, past tense, or in future, modals takes only V1. After modal, verb 1 is used. Keep in mind. This is the main thing. For example, he can do this work. This is in present tense. He could do this work. That is here could is in the past form, in the past tense. So do V1 and in second sentence do is V1. Keep in mind, after modals V1 comes, either the sentence is present tense or past tense. Now use of modals. At first see use of shall. Shall is used with the subject of first person. Subject of first person, keep in mind. I, we are the pronoun of first person. To show a general future action. If the subject is ready to do any action in coming future, in this sense, shall is used with I and we. For example, I shall go to Dhanbad tomorrow. We shall arrange a meeting on Monday. हो सकता है. The we shall arrange, shall is used after we, shall after I arrange के साथ shall common used है. Next, shall is also used with the subject of second and third person to show command or order. Yes, command or order. For example, you shall not go out now. Means this is order. You are not allowed to go out. He shall follow me. He shall follow me. This is means emphasis is here. He shall, not he will. He shall. Now, shall is used with the subject of second and third person to show promise. Yes, promise, vada. Threat, dhamki, determination, निश्चय. For example, you shall be given a present if you stand first in class. Yes, this is promise. You shall be given. आपको एक प्राइज दिया जाएगा. मीन्स का कंडीशन है. कब? जब क्लास में प्रथम आए. You shall be punished if you disobey me. This is threat. Someone is giving threat. If someone disobey him, he is ready to punish. Next example is he shall quit the post. This is his determination. Now see use of will. Will is used with the subject of second and third person in both the numbers singular and plural to show a general future action like shall that I explained. For example, he will come from Delhi tomorrow. He will come from Delhi. Yeah, hope. That वो आएगा. He will try again for this post. They will play cricket with tomorrow cricket match. They will play cricket match tomorrow. But will is also used with the subject of first person I and we to show first thing promise. I will do the work at any cost. We will obey our parent. Next, for determination, as example, I will work to our daily. I will improve my handwriting. This is determination. I will attend the meeting at any cost. This is determination. So, dear students, use of shall and will you can understand very easily and try your best. Okay, thank you. Then we have to continue next model next day.